Good morning to all of you. Let me introduce first myself. I am Asad Masai from Sharon Public School, and today I am here to tell something about silent features of National Education Policy 2020. Okay. First of all, try to understand what is National Education Policy 2020. National Education Policy 2020 is the first education policy of the 21st century and replaces the 34 years old National Policy of Education 1986. Built on the fundamental foundational pillars of access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability, this policy is aligned to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and aims to transform India into vibrant knowledge society and global knowledge superpower by making both a school and college education for more holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, suited to 21st century needs and aim at bringing out the unique capabilities of each student. The policy has been formulated after a very detailed consultative process. Consultation involved over 2 lakhs suggestions from 2.5 lakhs Gram Panchayat, 6600 blocks and 676 districts. The Ministry of HRD has initiated a collaborative, inclusive and highly participatory consultation process from January 2015. In May 2016, Committee for Evaluation of the New Education Policy under the chairmanship of late Shri T.S.R. Subramaniam, former Cabinet Secretary, submitted its report. Based on this, the Ministry prepared some input for the draft National Education Policy 2016. In June 2017, a committee for the draft National Education Policy was constituted under the chairmanship of eminent scientist Padma Vibhushan Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, which submitted the draft National Education Policy 2019 to the Honorable Resource Development Minister on 31st May 2019. The Draft National Education Policy 2019 was uploaded on the Ministry of HRD's website and at My Government Innovate portal to views, suggestions, comments to stakeholders including public also. This is the basic definition of NEP 2020. Now I am going to explain about what are the silent features of NEP 2020, and this is made for a school education, also higher education. So I am explaining about firstly a school education, and the first features for a school education is ensure universal access at all levels of a schooling from pre-primary school to grade 12. NEP 2020 aims to achieve 100% gross enrollment ratio in a school education by 2030. The initiative that will be undertaken for this include provision of effective and sufficient infrastructure, alternative and innovative education center to ensure that children who are dropping out of a school are brought back into mainstream education. Universal participation in a school by carefully tracking a student as well as their learning level. Counselors or well-trained social workers connect to a school complexes and teachers will continuously work with students and their parents to ensure that all school-age children are attending and learning in a school. And the second features for a school education is early childhood care education. National Education Policy 2020 emphasizes on the criticality of the early years to ensure quality early childhood care and education for all children between 3 to 6 years by 2025. A national curricular and pedagogical framework for early childhood care and education for children up to the age of 8 will be developed by NCERT. The planning and implementation of early childhood education will be carried out jointly by the Minister of HRD, Women and Child Development, Health and Family Welfare and Tribal Affairs. The extent 10 plus 2 structure in a school education will be modified with a new pedagogical and curricular restructuring of 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 covering ages 3 to 18. This implies that there will be 3 years of curriculum framework for Anganwadi or pre-primary level and 12 years for a school in a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 model. Currently, children in the age group of 3 to 6 are not covered in the 10 plus 2 structure as class 1 begins at age 6. In the new 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 structure, a strong base of early childhood care and education from 3 is also included. ECCE shall be delivered through a significantly expanded and strengthened system of early childhood education institution consisting of stand-alone Anganwadis and co-located with primary schools, pre-primary schools covering at age of 5 to 6 years, co-located with existing workers, teachers, especially trained in the curriculum and pedagogy of ECCE. For universal access of ECCE, Anganwadi centers will be established prior to the age of 5 years. Child will move to a preparatory class or Bal Vatika, that is before class 1, which has an ECCE qualified teacher. Training of current Anganwadi workers, those with qualifications of 10 plus 2 and above, shall be given a 6-month certificate program in ECCE, and those with lower educational qualification shall be given a 1-year diploma program. These programs may be run through digital or distance mode, allowing teachers to acquire ECCE qualifications with minimal disruption to their current work. And the third features of a school education is new curricular and pedagogical structure. The curricular and pedagogical structure of a school education guided by a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 design corresponding to the ranges of 3 to 8 years, 8 to 11 years, 11 to 14 years and 14 to 18 years respectively. It will consist of foundational stage, which is divided in 2 parts, that is 3 years of Anganwadi or preschool and 2 years in primary school in grade 1 and 2. Both together covering ages 3 to 8. With flexible, multi-level, play, activity-based learning and the curriculum and pedagogy of ECCE. And the second stage is preparatory stage. That means 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 is divided in 4 categories. 5 for pre-primary and 3 for preparatory stage. Grade 3 to 5 covering ages 8 to 11. With the introduction, experimental learning across the science, mathematics, arts, social science and humanities. That means in the second stage, preparatory stage, ages between 8 to 11, the children will learn about their main subjects, science, mathematics, art, social science and humanities. And the third stage is middle stage, grade 6 to 8. covering age 11 to 14, with a subject-oriented pedagogical and curricular style. And the fourth stage is secondary stage, grade 9 to 12 in two phases. First phase is 9 and 10 and the second phase is 11 and 12, covering ages 14 to 18. With greater depth, greater critical thinking, greater attention to life aspirations and greater flexibility and a student choice of subject and option to exist at grade 10 and re-enter at a later stage in grade 11. The curriculum will aim for holistic development of learners, equipping them with the key 21st century skill, reduction in curriculum content to enhance essential learning and critical thinking and greater focus on experimental learning. Students will have to increase flexibility and choice of subjects so that they choose their own path according to their talents and interests. There will be no rigid separation between arts and science, between curricular and extracurricular activities, between vocational and academic streams. The objective is to give equal emphasis on all subjects: science, social science, arts, languages, sports, mathematics, with integration of vocational and academic stream in school. A new and comprehensive national curricular framework for school education NCFSE 2020 to 2021 will be developed by the NCERT. High quality textbook materials will be developed by NCERT and SCERTs. A state will prepare their own curricula and prepare textbook incorporating state flavor and materials. The availability of textbook in all regional languages will be a top priority. Reducing the weight of a school bag and textbook will also be ensured by suitable changes in curriculum load. And the fourth features of NCE 2020 is attaining foundational literacy and numeracy. A national mission on fundamental literacy and numeracy will be set up on priority to focus on early language and mathematical skills from grade 1 to 3 by 2025. Strategies include developing a school readiness through interim 3-month play-based school preparation module for all grade 1 students. Increased focus on reading, writing, speaking, counting, arithmetic and mathematical thinking. Continuous assessment and adaptive testing. National repository of high quality resources on fundamental literacy and numeracy. Filling teacher vacancy, peer tutoring and volunteer activities. Setting up a school laboratories in every village. A national book promotion policy will be formulated and initiative to ensure the availability, accessibility, quality and readership of books across geographic, languages, levels and genres will be undertaken. And the fifth properties of a school education is multi-use and the power of language. National Education Policy 2020 lays great emphasis on promoting multilingualism so that children know and learn about the rich and vast array of languages of their country, the medium of instruction until at least grade 5, but preferably till grade 8 and beyond will be the home language, mother tongue, local tongue, regional tongue language. Every student in the country will participate in a fun project or activity on the language of India. Sometime in grade 6 to 8, such as under the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat initiative. Sanskrit will be offered at all levels of school and higher education as an important enriching option for students, including as an option in the 3-language formula. Other classical languages and literatures of India, including Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Odisha, Pali, Persian, and Prakrit, will also be widely available in a school as option for students. Foreign languages such as Korean, Japanese, Thai, French, German, Spanish, and Russians will also be offered at the secondary level. Indian Sign Language will be standardized according to the country and national and state curriculum material developed for use by a student with hearing impairment. And the six features of NEP, National Education Policy 2020, is assessment reform. There will be a shift from summative assessment to regular and formative assessment, which is more competency based, promotes learning and development, and tests higher order skills such as analysis, critical thinking, and conceptual clarity. Board exams for grade 10 and 12 will be continued, but we reform to eliminate the need for taking coaching classes. Board exam will be redesigned to encourage holistic development and will also be made easier by testing core capacities. All students will be allowed to take board exam on up to 2 occasions during any given school year. One main examination and one for improvement if desired. All students will take a school examination in grade 3, 5 and 8, which will be conducted by the appropriate authority. A new National Assessment Center, PARAK, that is Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development, will be set up as a standard setting body for setting norms, standards and guidelines for student assessment and evaluation for all recognized school boards of India, guiding the state achievement survey and undertaking the national achievement survey, monitoring achievement of learning outcomes and encouraging and helping school boards to shift their assessment patterns towards meeting the skill requirements of the 21st century. And the seventh features for a school education is equitable and inclusive education. National Education Policy 2020 aims to ensure that no child loses any opportunity to learn and excel because of their circumstances of birth or background. A special emphasis will be given on socially and economically disadvantaged groups, which include gender identities, particularly female and transgender individuals, socio-cultural identities such as scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and OBC, and also for minorities. Geographical identities such as students from village, small towns and aspirational district. Disabilities including learning disabilities and socio-economic conditions. Children in vulnerable situations, victims of children of victims of trafficking, orphans, including child beggars in urban areas, and the urban poor. A separate gender inclusion fund will be created and also a special education zone for disadvantaged regions and groups. Children with disabilities will be enabled to fully participate in the regular schooling process from the foundational stage to higher education. Recruitment of special educators will cross disabilities training and establishment of resource centers wherever needed, especially for children with some or multiple disabilities, will be supported. Schools and school complexes will be supported for providing all children with disabilities accommodations and support mechanisms tailored to suit their needs and to ensure their full participation in the classroom. Assistive devices and appropriate technology-based tools will be made available to help children with disabilities integrate more easily into classroom and engage with teachers and their peers. Every state or district will be encouraged to establish Bal Bhavan and as a special daytime boarding school to participate in art-related, career-related and play-related activities. The unutilized capacity of a school infrastructure will be used to promote social, intellectual and volunteer activities for the community and to promote social cohesion during non-teaching schooling hours and may be used as a Samajik Chetna Kendra. Next features of National Education Policy 2020 for school education is teacher recruitment and career path. Teachers will be recruited through robust, transparent process. Promotions will be merit-based and a mechanism for multi-source periodic performance appraisals will be put in place. Progression path to become educational administrators or teachers, educators will be available for the teachers. A common national professional standards for teachers NPST will be developed by 2022 by the National Council for Teacher Education in consultation with NCERT, SCERT, teachers from across level and regions, expert bodies in vocational education and higher education institutions, etc. The standard would cover expected roles of the teachers at different levels of stage and the competencies required for that stage. This could be adopted by states to determine all aspects of teachers' career management, including tenure, professional development efforts, salary increases, promotions, and other recognition. The professional standards will be reviewed and revised in 2030 and thereafter even 10 years. A school governance. A school can be organized into school complexes or clusters which will be the basic unit of governance and administration that will ensure availability of all resources including infrastructure like academic libraries and human resources, example art and music teachers, along with a strong professional teacher community. And the next features of NEP 2020 for school education is standard setting and accreditation for a school education. Regulation and operations of a school will be carried out by separate bodies to eliminate conflict of interest. It is best to have clear separate system for policy making, regulation, operation and academic matters. To ensure that all a school follows certain minimal professional and quality standards. States will set up independent state-wide body, a state school standards authority. Transparent public self-disclosure of all the basic regulatory information as laid down by SSA will be used extensively for public oversight and accountability. The SCERT will develop a school quality assessment and accreditation framework through consultation with all stakeholders. Public and private schools will be assessed and accredited on the same criteria. Benchmarks and processes emphasizing online and offline public disclosure and transparency, so as to ensure that public spirited private schools are encouraged. And the last features for a school education is vocational education. By 2025, at least 50% of learners through the school and higher education system shall have exposure to vocational education. Beginning with vocational exposure at early ages in middle and secondary school, quality vocational education will be integrated smoothly into higher education. Vocational education will be integrated in the educational offerings of all secondary school in a phased manner over the next decade. Towards this, secondary school will also collaborate with ITIs, polytechnics, local industries, etc. Every child to learn at least one vocation and exposed to several more. A 10-day bagless period sometimes during grade 6 to 8 to intern with local vocational experts such as carpenters, gardeners, potters, artists, etc. Similarly, intensive opportunities to learn vocational subject to students throughout grade 6 to 12, including holiday periods, vocational courses through online or mode will also be made available. So these are the features of NEP National Education Policy of 2020 for a school education. Now I am going to explain about features of NEP 2020 for higher education. Okay, and the first features for higher education is increase gross enrollment ratio to reach at least 50% by 2035. The aim will be to increase gross enrollment ratio in higher education, including vocational education, from 26.3% 2018 to 50% by 2035. And the second features is holistic multidisciplinary education. The policy is a broad-based multidisciplinary holistic education at the undergraduate level for integrated, rigorous exposure to science, arts, humanities, mathematics, and professional fields having imaginative and flexible curricular structures. Creative combination of study, integration of vocational education, and multiple entry or exit points. Holistic and vocational education will help develop well-rounded individuals who possess critical 21st century capacities in fields across the arts, humanities, languages, science, social science, and professional, technical, and vocational fields, as ethic or social engagement. Soft skills such as communication, discussion, and debate, and religious specialization in a chosen field or field. Such a holistic education shall be, in the long term, the approach of all undergraduate programs, including those in professional, technical, and vocational disciplines. The undergraduate degree will be of either 3 or 4-year duration, with multiple exit options within this period, with appropriate certifications, a certificate after completing 1 year in a discipline or field including vocational or professional area, or a diploma after 2 years of study or bachelor's degree after a 3-year program. The 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor program shall be preferred options since it allows the opportunity to experience the full range of holistic and multidisciplinary education in addition to a focus on the chosen major and minor as per the choice of the student. An academic bank of credit shall be established which would digitally store the academic credits earned from various recognized so that the degree from an HEI can be awarded taking into account credits earned. Model public universities for holistic and multidisciplinary education will be set up and will aim to attain the highest standard for multidisciplinary education across India. A number of initiatives will be taken to ensure optimal learning environment and created that are engaging and supportive and enable all students to succeed. All institutions and faculty will have the autonomy to innovate on matters of curriculum, pedagogy and assessment with a broad framework of higher education qualification that ensures consistency across institutions and programs and across the ODA, online and the traditional in-class mode. HEI shall move to a criterion-based grading system that assesses students' achievement based on the learning goals for each program and also move away from high-stakes examination towards more continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Universities and colleges will set up high-quality support centers and will be given adequate funds and academic resources to encourage and support students from socioeconomically disadvantaged backgrounds. Professional, academic and career counseling will be available to all students as well as counselors to ensure physical, psychological and emotional well-being. And the next features of NEP 2020 for higher education is industrialized institutional architecture. A new vision and architecture for higher education has been envisaged with large, well-resourced, vibrant, multidisciplinary institutions. Higher education institutions will be transformed into large multidisciplinary universities, colleges, and HEI clusters, hubs, each of which will aim to have 3,000 or more students. A university will mean a multidisciplinary institution of higher learning that offers undergraduate and graduate programs with high quality teaching, research and community engagement. The definition of university will allow a spectrum of institutions that range from research universities, teaching intensive universities and autonomous degree granting colleges. The system of affiliation will be phased out over 15 years and a stage-wise mechanism for granting grade autonomy to colleges through a transparent system of graded accreditation will be established. Over a period of time, it is envisaged that every college would develop into either an autonomous degree granting college or a constituent college of a university. And the next features for higher education is National Research Foundation, NRF. A new entity will be set up to catalyze and expand research and innovation across the country. The overarching goal of NRF will be to enable a culture of research to be made through our universities, helping to develop a culture of research in the country through suitable incentives for a recognition of outstanding research and by undertaking major initiatives to seed and grow research at state universities and other public institutions where research capability is currently limited. The NRF will completely fund research in all disciplines. Successful research will be recognized and, where relevant, implemented through close linkage with governmental agencies as well as with industry and private organizations. And the next property is financial support for students. Efforts will be made to incentive the merit of students belonging to SC, ST, OBC and other scheduled class tribes. The National Scholarship Portal will be expanded to support, foster and track the progress of students receiving a scholarship. Private HEI will be encouraged to offer larger numbers of free ships and scholarships to their students. Open and distance learning will be expanded, thereby playing a significant role in increasing the gross enrollment ratio to 50%. Measures such as online courses and digital repositories, funding for research, improved student services, credit-based recognition of MOOC, etc. will be taken to ensure it is at par with the highest quality in class program. Internationalization of education will be facilitated through both institutional collaborations and students and faculty mobility and allowing entry to top world ranked universities to open campus in our country. Next features of NEP 2020 for higher education is motivated, energized and capable faculty. NEP 2020 recognized that the success of higher education institution in the quality and engagement of its faculty. HEI will have clearly defined, independent and transparent processes and criteria for faculty recruitment. Faculty will be given the freedom to design their own curricular and pedagogical approaches within the approved framework. Excellence will be further incentivized through appropriate rewards, promotions, recognitions, and movement into institutional leadership. Faculty not delivering on basic norms will be held accountable. And the next features for NEP 2020 is effective governance and leadership in HEI. Through a suitable system of graded accreditation and graded autonomy and in a phased manner over a period of 15 years, all HEI in India will aim to become a phased manner over a period of 15 years. Independent self-governing institution pursuing innovation and excellence. Measures will be taken at all HEI to ensure leadership of the highest quality and promote an institutional culture of excellence. Institutional governance are based on autonomy, academic, administrative, and financial is visualized with each higher education institution having a board of governors. All leadership positions and head of institutions will be offered to persons with high academic qualification and demonstrated administrative and leadership capabilities along with abilities to manage complex situations. And the next features for NCP for higher education is regulation. There will be a single overarching umbrella body for promotion of higher education, the Higher Education Commission of India, with independent bodies for standard setting, the General Education Council, funding Higher Education Grant Council, accreditation National Accreditation Council, and regulation National Higher Education Regulatory Council. Regulation will be light but tight to ensure financial probity and public respectfulness, to eliminate conflicts of interest with transparent self-disclosure as the norms, not an inspectorial regime. The regulatory body will function through a faceless intervention through technology and regulations and will have powers to penalize HEI not conforming to norms and standards. Public and private higher education institutions will be governed by same set of norms for regulation, accreditation and academic standards. And the ninth features of NCP is teacher education. Okay. Next features of NEP 2020 is teacher education. The 4-year integrated state-specific, subject-specific Bachelor of Education offered and multidisciplinary institutions would be the way forward. A new and comprehensive national curriculum framework for teacher education NCFT 2021 will be formulated by the NCTE in consultation with NCERT. By 2030, the minimum degree qualification for teaching will be a 4-year integrated B.Ed degree that teaches a range of knowledge, content and pedagogy and includes a strong practicum training in the form of a student teaching at local school. Stringent action will be taken against substandard stand-alone teacher education institutions (TEI). A national mission for mentoring shall be established with a large pool of outstanding senior or retired faculty, including those with the ability to teach in Indian languages who would be willing to provide short and long-term mentoring, professional support to university or college teachers. And the next features for NEP 2020 is professional education. Next is professional education. All professional education will be an integral part of the higher education system. Stand-alone technical universities, health science universities, legal and agriculture universities or institutions in these or these fields will aim to become multidisciplinary institutions. And the next features of NEP 2020 is technology in education. All autonomous body, the National Education Technology Forum, will be created to provide a platform for the free exchange of ideas on the use of technology to enhance learning, assessment, planning, administration. Appropriate integration of technology into all levels of education will be done to improve classroom processes, support teacher professional development, enhance educational access for disadvantaged group and streamline educational planning, administration and management. Technology-based education platforms such as Diksha will be better integrated across a school and higher education. HEI will play an active role in conducting research on disruptive technologies and in creating instructional materials and courses, including online courses in cutting-edge domains. And the next features for NEP 2020 for higher education is online education and digital education. A comprehensive set of recommendations for promoting online education consequent in the recent rise in epidemics and pandemics in order to ensure preparedness and with alternative modes of quality education whenever and wherever traditional and in-person modes of education are not possible has been covered. A dedicated unit for the purpose of orchestrating the building of digital infrastructure, digital content and capacity building will be created in the Ministry of HRD to look after the e-education need of both a school and higher education. And the next features is promotion of Indian languages. To ensure the preservation, growth and vibrancy of all Indian languages, several initiatives, more HEI and more programs in higher education will use the mother tongue or local language as a medium of instruction and offer programs bilingually. In order to increase access and GER are also promote the strength, usage and vibrancy of all Indian languages. An Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation will be established. Sanskrit and all Indian language institutes and departments across the country will be significantly strengthened. National Institute for Pali, Persian and Prakrit will be set up. Efforts to preserve and promote all Indian languages, including classical, tribal and endangered languages, will be undertaken. And the last features of NEP 2020 for higher education is financing education. Multiple mechanisms with checks and balances will combat and stop the commercialization of higher education. All education institution will be held to similar standard of audit and disclosure as a not-for-profit entity. The center and the state will work together to increase the public investment in education sector to reach 6% of GDP at the earliest. The Central Advisory Board of Education will be strengthened to ensure coordination to bring overall focus on quality education. The remodeled and rejuvenated shall also be responsible for developing, articulating, evaluating and revising the vision of education in the country on a continuous basis, in close collaboration with Ministry of HRD and the corresponding apex bodies of state. It shall also create and continuously review the institutional framework that shall help attain this vision. And the last, I would like to say about the merits of NEP 2020. And the first merit is the NEP 2020 will give importance to students' practical knowledge instead of just pushing them towards rote learning. It will help students to develop scientific temper from a young age. And the second merit is the NEP 2020 aims to make it easier to set up new quality of higher educational institutes which will be at par with the global standards. And the third merit is every student will be taught a vocational skill of his for choice by the time they complete this schooling. Students will also be taught coding from standard 6. Fourth property is intensive will be included from class 6. Will have to do intensive of choice with local trades or craft. And the last merit for NEP 2020 is since NEP will make it easier for foreign colleges to set up their campus here, many students who are unable to go abroad due to the multiple reasons will be able to experience it and global exposure. This will promote value-based education. Now I would like to end my session and I would like to ask some questions to you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. I will ask some question with options also, so don't worry. First question is National Education Policy 2020 conceptualized a concept for ancient India and its contributions to modern India and its success and challenges. What is the name of this concept? And the options are, first option is knowledge of ancient India, second knowledge of modern India, and third one is knowledge of medieval India, and last one is knowledge of India.
C. Knowledge of modern India. C.
Knowledge of India.
Yeah, knowledge of India. Next, how many India has national education policy? Three.
No, four.
Three. Your option is 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Fourth year.
4. No. Three. There are 3. In 1968, in 1986, and 2020. In 1986, it is revised in 1992, 2005, and 2009. But there are 3 national education policy in there. Now, third question is, who was the chairman of NEP 2020 drafting committee? And the options is Professor Yashpal Sharma. Second option is Professor G. Rajagopal. Third option is Dr. K. Kasturirangan. And fourth option is Kalidas Vadigo Sivan.
C.
Dr. K. Right. Next question is, what is the another suggested name of children with special needs mentioned in NEP 2020? First option is Divyang child, second is disabled child, third is restored child, and fourth is distinguished child. Yeah, very good. And next question is, National Education Policy 2020 replaced by a new pedagogical and curricular structure. What is the new curricular structure according to National Education Policy 2020? And
5 plus 3
yeah, 5 plus 3 plus 4. Yeah. Next question is, what is the age group covered in a school education according to the National Education Policy 2020? Your option is are 16 to 18 years. Second option is 6 to 18 years, and third option is 5 to 18 years, and last option is 3 to 18 years. Next question is, what are the classes which cover at secondary stage according to National Education Policy 2020? First option is class 6 to 9. Second option is class 9 to 12. Third option is class 6 to 8. And the last option is class 11 and 12. 9 to 12. Next question is, National Education Policy 2020 introduced a bagless concept to intern which local vocational experts such as carpenters, gardeners, potters. Which class group will participate in this vocational activity? And your options are, first option grade 6 to 8, second option grade 5 to 8, C, third option grade 7 to 8, and last option grade 8 to 9.
6 to 8.
Yes, correct answer. Okay, now next question. National Education Policy 2020. Sorry, I have asked this question. Which government educational body will prepare National Curriculum Framework for a School Education NCFSE based on the principle of National Education Policy 2020? And your option is MHRD, that means Ministry of HRD. Second option is NCERT. Third option is IITs, and fourth option is SCERT.
Sir, repeat the
Sir,
question.
repeat the question.
Yeah. Which government educational body will prepare National Curriculum Framework for a school education NCFSE based on the principle of National Education Policy 2020? And the options are Ministry of HRD, NCERT, IIT, and SCERT. Correct answer is NCERT. Very good. Now, next question is, National Education Policy 2020 recommended development of national textbooks with local content and flavor. What is your view about this statement? The first option is true, second option is false, third option is partially true, and the fourth option is partially false.
Repeat
Repeat question.
Okay, listening. National Education Policy 2020 recommended development of national textbooks with local content and flavor. What is your view about this statement? And the options are: first option is true, second option is false, third option is partially true, and the last option is partially false.
True.
Yeah, right? Right answer is true. Next question is: according to National Education Policy 2020, textbook will be published only in English at national level to bring unified system in India. And the options are: first option is true, second is false, third is partially true, and last one is partially false.
False.
Yes. This question is: 360-degree multi-dimensional report card will reflect in great details the progress as well as the uniqueness of each student. It will cover all domains of learning. Find out the odd options given. I have given. First option is affective, second is cognitive, C is positive, third is positive, and the last is comotor domains. Positive. Yeah. Right answer is positive. Next question is: what is the full form of BOA? What is the full form of BOA in reference to evaluation and assessment? And the options are: first option is boards of authorities, second option is board of assignments, third is board of authentic, and the last option is board of assessment. Yeah. Right answer is board of assessment. Next question is it true that 360-degree assessment also includes self-assessment and peer assessment and progress of the child in project-based and inquiry-based learning, quizzes, role plays, group work, portfolio, etc., along with teacher assessment? And the options are: first option is true, second option is false, third is partially true, and last one is partially false.
True.
So repeat the question.
Okay. Is it true that 360-degree assessment also includes self-assessment and peer assessment and progress of the child in project-based and inquiry-based learning, quizzes, role plays, group work, portfolios, etc., along with teacher assessment? And the options are: first option is true, second is false, third option is partially true, and last option is partially false.
False.
Yeah, correct answer is false.
हमको पता था सबको.
Okay. Next question is it true that the holistic progress card forms an important link between home and school? Teacher organizes a parent-teacher meeting in order to actively involve parents in their children's holistic education and development before preparing. And the options are: first option is true, second is false, third one is partially true, and the last option is partially false.
True.
Yeah, right answer is true. Okay, next question is: according to National Education Policy 2020, board exam for grade 10 and 12 will not be continued. Is it true or false statement? And the options is: first option is true, second is false, third is partially true, and last one is partially false. I repeat my question. According to National Education Policy 2020, board exams for grade 10 and 12 will not be continued. Is it true or false statement?
False.
Right answer is false statement. Okay, last question is there. NEP proposed that universal provision of quality early childhood development, care and education must be achieved. What is timeline for this? I repeat my question. National Education Policy proposed that universal provision of a quality early childhood development, care and education must be achieved. What is timeline for this? And the options are, first option is 2030 and second option is 2035, third option is 2040, fourth option is 2025. Yeah, correct option is 2030. Okay, thanks to all of you for listening me. Have a nice day.
Thank you.